Onegaishimasu. Stand up, please. Jumping. Hey, ha, 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 hey, ha. Hey, sa, 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 hey, sa. Hey, 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 hey. Take a joe, please. I hope everyone's in a spot where they can swing and stick around safely. Start holding the ends of the joe in both hands and moving from side to side. One hand up, left hand high. Right hand high. Both up and down. Up and over the top. Other direction. Down low. Up. Other direction. Over the back. You've got a short staff, you might only be able to just go over your head. But if you can go back, behind, other way,
Pretty obvious what I'm doing here, using the jaw to extend the stretch, especially here, pushing up with the lower hand to gently extend the stretch further than maybe I could do it without it. Straight up. Then all the way down. So from here, stretching back, hands come out on the jaw, come in towards the center again, then the center at the bottom, squat, stand using the legs as the hands go out, come in again. So it's a coordination exercise. Squat, use the legs to stand up. Hold the weapon in the middle, step forward on the right foot, so you're in right hanmi, and swing. So I'm not really twisting my wrists with this exercise, I'm extending my hand into the weapon. Same on the other side. Left hanmi. Holding in the middle. Figure of 8. So this is a vertical figure of 8 and it's forward. So I'm twirling the jaw forward. So if it came to my side here and it kept turning, it would, if it was a wheel, it would make me go forward. If I went out to the side, I'm making more of an infinity, and this is more of a horizontal figure of 8. I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm bringing it in close to my body, which is why I'm calling it a vertical figure of 8. So it comes quite close. Change the other side. Same thing. I can hear it whistle past my ear. Other side. So I can use this movement to take instruction from the jaw. I'm going to change hands. So when I come to this side, this hand's going to come up and continue the jaw to move in the same direction. So it continues to go forward. And then it's going to come around and it's going to come and strike my knee. And I'm going to open my body to take a step back. And then do the same on the other side. So you can twirl a bit, change, and then go back. So in hanmi, right hanmi, goes in my right hand, it's a forward twirl, change hands, and bring the end of the jaw towards my leg. Open my body so it doesn't get hit. So I feel like I imagine a matador might, the horn of the bull's coming around, it's going to hit my leg, and then I take my leg away by opening my body. So I like to think that I'm taking instruction from the jaw.
Somebody's been
to change my
time.
body posture. And then I can do the same thing going forward. So essentially just changing Hanmi from left to right, but using the swinging of the Joe to instruct the movement. So, okay, just standing upright posture, also called toko tachi. So sometimes Sensei used to hide the weapon behind his back, but we can just have it out to the side. And move from toko tachi into this middle position in Hanmi. So I'm stepping forward on my left foot and moving into a middle position, Shihan, like so. Step forward. So at the moment we're doing this exercise stepping forward. Weapon comes up, starts to point. One hand comes on, other one comes back. And from here we can do a change on the spot. So going from one side to the other. So start in toko tachi, step forward on the left. This left Hanmi position is the basic position with the Jo. My back hand travels with my front foot, or with my back foot, and then I change sides. My back hand travels up with my back foot, and then change sides. Every time I do that, I have to make an adjustment. So up, change, adjust, up, change, adjust, up, change, adjust. Here. So from here, move forward, move back, move forward. So we're maintaining Hanmi, just moving forward and back. Then we can do the change on the spot. Move forward, move back. Change again. When I'm moving forward, I'm extending forward. When I'm going back, I'm trying to keep that same extension. So I'm still extending forward, even though my body's moving back. So, toko tachi again. Middle position. This time just walk forward and walk back. Walk forward and walk back. Change Hanmi. Walk forward and walk back. Okay. So we'll look at some different ways to do ski, to do Chudan ski. So the basic one, I point. For this practice, my hand is right at the very end of the Jo, and it's sitting in the fleshy part of my hand. I point, move forward. So point, the front hand gives the direction, power comes from the back. Point, move forward. Point, move forward. So for this basic Chudan ski, I'm essentially keeping my hanmi position. And the weapon is on a slight angle to the line of attack. So it's not coming straight, but the power is coming from my hip. My backhand's by my hip. The tip's just near the Ken-sen, and I extend forward, still maintaining my hanmi. So in this position, I can do what sensei sometimes called machine gun ski. So we call this maybe the second ski. I do my Shihan ski, and then I can move my backhand backwards and forward several times. So from here, Shihan ski, leave the front hand out, and I'm moving the backhand from alongside my hip, and then going back. So this is machine gun ski. It too is on a slight angle. Might do 3 or 5. Sensei used to say, do it as fast as you can. So that's our second ski. Next one, continue exactly the same, but go square and extend the right arm fully forward. When I do that, I bring the left hand back here to my hip. And from here, point, extend. Point, extend. Okay, so that's number 3. Let's do number 4. Come here, and this time I'm going square, and the weapon is straight down the line of attack. Good line. Not sure if you can see that. But whereas before we were over here with my hand hooked by my hip, now an extension of the jaw will come into my stomach, where the weapon is directly down the line of attack. Apart from that, it's the same as the others. So I have to come square. I'm no longer in hanmi. I'm really in hanmi only for the first 2. The top half of my body is not quite square, but my hands come very close together. Yeah. And then number 5, we take a step to do the same thing. So from here, extend, take a step forward on the right foot. Extend the jaw straight down the line. So that's 5 different Shihan skis. Let's just do them again, one after the other. So the first one is the basic Shihan ski. We'll look at refining that a little bit in a minute. Next one is machine gun ski, which is essentially the same thing. Next one, following the same path but letting go. Look at that. Next one, forward on the left, but going square. The next one, stepping on the right. So, let's look a little closer at refining the very first one we did. If normally what we do is we point, give direction with the front hand. So it points towards the target and it turns in towards the center. And then having pointed, we then begin the ski out through the length of the weapon towards the target and move our body, basically staying in Hanmi. So if we practice a few with trainer wheels, imagine that your left hand's been glued to the jo, and when you do it, you can only go so far. So what that does is it gives some instruction to my body. It limits how far my backhand can travel. So my backhand's only going to travel a short distance. And I'm going to stay in Hanmi. So try a few with your front hand fixed. We point, remember, and then extend. Point and extend. I don't know what that feels like for you, but I feel like I'm training in a box. I'm restrained by that grip. Kind of like I'm in prison. Can't quite execute the flying ski that I would like. But doing that has given some instruction to my body. So I want to let myself out of prison now and let the jo slip a little bit through my front hand, but not very far. Yeah, so, you know, we're used to doing this in a very sort of big flowing manner. Here we're adding some restraint. We're letting it slip through the front hand, but just a little. So the basic Shihan ski sees me stop in a position where I haven't exhausted my forward movement. I can still reach further with my back hand, and I can reach further if I change out of Hanmi, and I can reach further if I shift my weight forward, or if I move the whole of my body. And the way I'm holding the weapon gives me a lot of control if I need to be responsive in defense. So Gano Sensei said that actually this is just a pointing exercise. So we're pointing, and actually the ski starts here. So from this position, you need to be able to continue to move. So basic Shihan ski, I point where I'm going. So the tip moves first. I move my body, extend my arm forward. I don't pull my hand back. Everything's going forward. I'm stopping in a position where I can still reach further, and I can still be responsive if I need to come back. So try and keep that restraint inside the movement and just practice a few basic Shihan ski pointing exercises. Please keep going. Okay. So let's use that Shihan ski in a short movement. So we make the ski, point, come up to Shihan, drop the weapon down, point again, ski, Shihan. So from this middle position, I first point, continue the ski, still using a bit of restraint, move up to Shihan, drop down. When I drop down, the back hand is further down than the front hand. From here, I point again, and then ski. So see if you can get that pointing happening before you move. So we're adding a step. Like most people come up here and we do this in a very flowing, fluid way. So for this practice, see if from here you can point, extend, come straight up to Shihan, lower your body as you drop down. From here, point, and then extend the ski. So each time there's that little point happening, giving me the direction that I want.
It's 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Siri. So I'm not sure if you can see that or you can make that happen, but first part of the exercise is to point, extending with the ski, come straight up. In Shihan, the Jo will be on a slight angle. It's actually 1/7 of 90 degrees. It's due to the fact that I've got hips. So if I drop a plumb line down from the back, and it'll come to where my right hip is. Plumb line from the front will be just a little bit left of the line of attack. When I drop down, it comes a little straighter. Target, do the ski, comes straight up again. This movement's not a scoop, but just goes straight up and down. So point, ski, straight up, down, point, ski, straight up, down, point. Okay, everyone got that, I wonder? How are we doing? Thumbs up if people have it. All good? Okay, so we can do that in 28 directions. So from Tokotachi, move into the middle position. So Hanmi and Shihan, and then I point 1/7 of 90 degrees to my left. So I'm moving around to the left. Do my ski, come up to Shihan, drop down, point, 2, down, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 7th, extend through. So do that third ski we practice. Come back to this position. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Back to Tokotachi. Middle position. We can extend this move into a short 7 movement pattern. So we do our ski, up to Jodan, drop down, another ski, this time up to Jodan Kaishi, with a step for Yokomen. Then extend behind, step forward and strike the knee, turn back to the beginning. So, we could count those moves. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4 is all of that to Yokomen. 5, strike behind without looking. 6, and then 7, back to the beginning. So, 1, 2, 3, all of this is 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, all of this is 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can do that as a continuous practice. Trying to make the move at number 4 happen so that 2 things happen together as closely as you can approximate it to one movement. So 1, 2, 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7. And then from there you could do our change hummy on the spot. Now right hummy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Change hummy on the spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Change hummy again and keep going. So you can do it as a continuous practice on one side or keep changing sides. Let's do a bit more of that, please. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Tokotachi, upright position again. Step forward into right hummy. Put one end of the jaw on the ground. Twirl once. Give instruction to the body. Come up to Hasso. So, here, Hasso. So this particular hasso, the weapon is on a slight angle, so that if I was to drop it, it will come down here past my center. So I don't know if you can see that detail. Here I twirl, come up, and it's on an angle. If I drop it, Comes down, the end comes down to the center in front of my belly button. So you need to develop some awareness of this angle. It's not straight. So there are some different variations for doing hasso. This one's on a slight angle. Next, from there we can come back to Wakigamai. So from here, 12, come back, I'm in Gyakute, but I changed my backhand over to Junte. So forward, here, change my backhand. Forward, change my backhand. So notice I'm taking instruction from the weapon again. This 12 comes here, and if I stayed here, I'd hit my own leg. So I'm taking my leg back and out of the way, and then following that up to a hasso. Coming here, taking my leg out of the way, going to Wakigamai. And the next one maybe we'll do is up to Jodan. So this particular Jodan is another move that's on an angle. So I don't know if you can see, but the Jo and my arm are in a straight line. And the Jo is pointing up behind me to the right. So it's pointing to my right. So there are other ways to do a Jodan position, some straight and some with it pointing to the left. This one's up to the right. Straight up to Jodan. Then from each of those positions, hasso, you can come through Jodan and strike Shomanuchi. Through Jodan and strike Shomanuchi. And we can go back to the Wakigamai position, come up to Jodan and strike Shomanuchi. So we can extend that. Let's do up to Jodan. So it's from here, swing, come up to Jodan, step forward, Shomanuchi. I'm going to withdraw the Jo through my front hand as I turn the Tenkan and face the other direction. Now I'm going to continue to turn and strike in left hanmi and then move back. So this sequence, 12 up to Jodan. From here, step forward, draw the weapon through the front hand as I continue my turn to the other direction. Continue to turn, strike behind, and then move back to left tummy, move back again. So here, well, by the Jordan, forward, Shihan. Continue to turn 10 can, facing the other direction. Turn 10 kai, strike left tummy, move back, and move back again. So here, Jordan, step forward, turn face the other way, strike here, move back. So one of the nice things about this movement is it contains Nirumi, Tenkan, Tenkai movement, which is a movement that's done a lot in Irumi Nage. I'm giving my body practice that step back, come here to Jordan, do my Irumi, Tenkan, Tenkai. So I can practice making that move fluid. That's a move that you can also do with the bokken, slight variation. So if you have the bokken handy, start standing in tokotachi, upright position, and extend the kisaki forward and move into hum. So basic exercise from the upright position into humming. From here, I step back up into Jodan position. Then I can step forward and strike. You turn around and strike again. From here, I move back and then step back. I'm back in right humming. Most of the things we do with the Jo basically are done on the left. Things with the bokken are done on the right. So from tokotachi, step forward into hami, right, straight back up. This is a slightly different Jodan position than how we did it with the Jo. From here, step forward, strike kiritsuke, shomenuchi, continue to turn, continue to turn again, move back, step back. So one more time this way perhaps. From here, move into hami, going forward, step back. I'm kind of on the line here. Step forward, I've struck on the line. When I turn, the point will be on the line, and again, the weapon is on a slight angle, 1/7 of 90 degrees. I continue to turn tenkai and it comes straight, and this is straight. Shomenuchi straight down the clock from 12 to 6 o'clock. Move back for parry. and then step back for a parry. Back here, Doko Tachi, forward into hanging, Jordan, step forward, continue to turn, Tenkai, step back, step back. And then from the Jordan position, you can drop the weapon down to Wakigamai, bounce it off your hip, and go back to Jordan. And then repeat the same exercise. Back to Tokotachi, forward, up to Jordan. Jordan, Wakigamai, Jordan, Kiritsuke, turn, strike, move back, step back. So, thank you. Go back to the Joe. Flying insects. So, same move that we did before. Here, step forward, turn, back, here. Next time we can do the same thing but go behind. So come here, turn, come up, facing the other direction. In Joban, step forward, we do the same move. So first way we did it, went here, up to here, step forward, turn, here and back. Next one. Here, turn, face the other direction. Strike, turn, strike, and move back. So first way, back to here, striking forward, turning. Next way, strike here, come up, turn, right hand me, in Jordan, strike, withdraw the jaw as I turn, strike behind. So 2 ways to practice that. Please strike. Okay. So back to Tokotachi. So mostly when we use the Jo, we can use it in ways that our hands can slip down its length and also slip over the top. So a basic exercise for changing grips, that Sagano Sensei showed us, was to move from this middle position to do a ski, the first ski number 1 that we were practicing, bring the hand over the end. We come up here to a hasso. This is a different hasso, and I'm in Gyakute. strike in Gyakute, turn over, and I'm in Junte again for ski. Come to here, Gyakute, turn over. So it's an exercise for changing between grips. This grip here is Junte, and Gyakute is when we have the hands like this. So there are two basic ways to hold a jo. Our basic Chudan ski is in Junte. You do Chudan ski, you draw it back through the front hand. This hand goes over the top, and this one slides up. So now I'm in the other grip. Up here at Hasso, slightly different Hasso from the previous one. Step forward, strike, turn over from Gyakute into Junte again, and do the same thing. So you can do that as a continuous practice. Ski in Junte, up here, strike, turn to change the grip, turn, strike, turn to change the grip. Ski, up to Hasso, Gyakute, shoulder, turn, ski. Gyakute, Hasso, Gyakute, showman, turn to Junte, ski. And keep that happening as a basic practice. Sometimes we use the jo as if it were a spear. And a spear often has a little sharp point on the butt end, as well as the sharper pointy bit at the front. So when we do that, we hold the jo instead of right on the end, just a little bit up here. So for this exercise, I've shifted my grip so it's a little bit down the jo, and from here I'm going to do that movement that we did before that I called number 5 ski. So here, stepping forward with the front foot and making the ski in a square position. So I'm in right hunting. Start in left hunting, step forward into right hunting, and then reach forward, travel down the jo, strike the person behind with the butt end, and then turn the pointy end back towards the person. So from here, step forward, reach over the top, strike with the butt end, turn the pointy end. So I'm keeping my grip just a short distance off the end. So step forward, ski, turn, strike, turn back. Step forward, turn, strike, turn back. Step forward, turn, strike, turn back. So this has a Rimi Tenkai move attached to it, and I'm striking in 2 directions. So here, forward, strike in this direction, step in a Rimi, turn Tenkai, strike with the butt end, turn the pointy end towards them. Step forward, so probably have time for one more. So from Toko Tachi, step into our basic position. And this time I'm shifting my grip down to the very end. And here I step forward to do katate ski. And then come back and grip the weapon in the middle. So from here, point the direction, step forward and reach, and then move my body back and catch the jo in the middle. So I'm doing my best to coordinate that. I'm fully extended. When I come, I bring my body back. I bring the weapon back and catch it in the middle. And the idea is to have everything going out in that one direction. This hand comes back just to the side of my head. And then come back and catch it in the middle. So from here, Sensei called this kashate ski. Okay, thank you very much. Standing upright. Don't worry about it as much. Thank you very much.